Hi, it's me, Jess, and this is my April video update. So I just wanted to share a quick testimony with you guys. About 2 weeks ago, we were doing a prayer station in Flushing, and I was standing by the table, and a man walked over to Bobby and I. We were out there with our team, and I think his name was Richard, but he was a gentleman maybe in his 40s or 50s, and he came over and he was asking what we're doing, and he said, yeah, I could use prayer for a job. And he was explaining to us how I guess he worked for a union, and he kept having conflicts with his bosses where he would get angry and then he would get fired because he would just be really angry, or he would quit. He would either just get in a fight with his boss or something. So he was saying he can easily get a job, but he has a really hard time keeping one. So he was very open to getting prayer for that. And of course, we tried to ask him a little bit more about himself and find out more and see where he was at in his relationship with the Lord. And he was sharing how he was grew up, going to a Catholic church, but he wasn't really part of anything right now. And I asked if he had a relationship with the Lord, and he did say yes. And I was like, have you heard before about, what that means to really have a relationship with God? You know what that means? And he thought about it a little bit, and he was like, not really. And he's like, well, you tell me. And that was really incredible because often, it can weird people out when we mention things like that, like having a relationship with Jesus. Sometimes people will either nod and say yes, even though they don't really have one. They just kind of think going to church is what we mean. And of course, we know it's so much more than that. Or when we try to share about it, it just kind of scares people a little bit. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's making me uncomfortable. But this guy was ready to hear, and I was shocked by his openness. And he just sat there listening as I was able to share with him what it means for me, what my relationship with God looks like for me, to spend time with him daily and hear his voice and, spend time in prayer and the Word, but have a relationship with him because he's real and he's alive. And he was really listening and kind of soaking it all in, which was awesome. And then he brought up a couple really honest questions that he had that were hard for him, why would a loving God send people to hell? And he was asking us if we really believed that. And we're like, yeah, it's in the Bible. And Bobby and I were able to share with him truth on a lot of different matters and questions that he had. And it was an incredible dialogue, I felt. I was like, wow, I really felt like the Lord was moving on his heart, which was awesome. And then we were able to pray with him at the end, and gave him a King's Fellowship card and invited him out to our Sunday night meeting. So prayerfully we'll see him again, but that definitely seemed like a divine appointment. And, a lot of those happen. So I'm very thankful for that, how God uses our time out at the prayer station. It's not always like that, and the conversations don't always go that well. There's plenty of times where people are like, see ya, this is weird, or they just don't want to hear much. So we are thankful when we get to really speak into somebody's life, to really speak the truth with them about who God is and how he desires relationship with them and what that means. So praise God for that, and I just hope that encourages you all, for those of you who pray for me and for the ministry here. So know that your prayers do have effect and that they are working, they're powerful. So praise God for that. And then just a quick prayer update. I mentioned in one of my emails recently that we're going to be bringing a team out to the Gay Pride Parade here in Manhattan on June 29th. And I really would appreciate your prayers for that and for our team. So, because we love to be able to go into any place in the city, really, to be a light. And just through prayer, we really were feeling that was something God was opening up for us to do. So we're bringing a team of people there. And we are going to, not be protesting or anything, but we'll have a table set up and pass out free either water or lemonade. And we just kind of want to be available for people that might have questions, or people that will be willing to share their story with us. We want to be able to pray with them and definitely speak truth in love, when the opportunity opens up. But it is definitely a very sensitive issue right now and topic. So, we're really praying for grace and wisdom, and definitely feel strongly that it's an area that we're supposed to be at. So if you could pray for that. It's our first time, and hopefully it will be a yearly outreach. We're going to kind of see how it goes. And also if you could continue to pray for the Beautiful One outreach that the girls are doing. I mentioned that in one of my previous videos, how they're going into massage parlors, and they just started going into strip clubs this past month also. So that is a whole new realm they're stepping into, and we're very excited for them. They were able to bring out roses to the ladies the first night they went. And they're going to try to do that maybe, I'm not sure if it's going to be once a month or what, but they want to build a relationship with the ones that are in this area and, get to know the women, befriend them, and love them to Jesus. That's the way we do it here. So thanks again so much for your prayers and your support, and let me know what I can be praying for you for. All right, God bless.